Welcome everybody to Pro League here live in the Next Gen Arena. It is Monday night, the beginning of week 6 of the round 3. It's going to be KT Rolster versus CJ Entis to start the night. A great matchup going into it.
Really close looking match when you look at the lineup, Valdez. And yeah, it's going to be a great night tonight. I'm really excited for this one. And then in the second match, we do have Prime versus SKT. So that David versus Goliath sort of match going on. We'll see what Prime can do, but here's a look at the first teams today. KT and CJ with some pretty sexy new uniforms.
Yeah, CJ looking good. The Koreans, actually Kenzie told me that the Korean fans seem to think they look like auto mechanics. So
they're going to work today, Valdez.
Think what you will about them. I like them. Some people may not see the style in it, but
I appreciate it, but I can see where they're coming from.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they perform today. See if it actually makes a difference.
You know what I say, Moonglade? Look good, play good. No. Look good, feel good, play good.
That's what it's all about,
goes,
man.
Yeah.
It's 90% looks when you get into that booth.
Pretty much.
The rest comes naturally.
Just talk to Flash, man. He's got to have everything set up perfectly. We were looking at him fiddling with the different chairs they had in there. There's only 3. He had a bunch of pads on his chairs, trying to move them around. And, of course, fiddling with his mouse pad and other stuff, too. He's got the ruler out.
Very particular player he is. As we have a look at the other players going down the line, there's our boy Ragnarok and Live.
Our boys.
They're my children, Valdez.
Yeah.
I love them both equally.
I shouldn't even say my boys. They're pretty much your boys, Moonglade.
They are, man. Let's be real.
Super on KT. I don't know if we've seen him come out for KT just yet.
Not yet. But I'm excited to see his development as a player in that sort of team.
Yeah.
He's such a great player, and he did so well, outside of a team that they, SKT was like, you know what, we'll take you. You've been out here for too long by yourself. You're doing too well in Star League to not be in a decent team.
Yeah, and now they're KTs, so a great pickup for KT. I want to mention, guys, that this round is extremely close. Every single match, as it gets into the last 2 weeks of Pro League here, are going to be extremely important, especially this one, these two guys fighting it off. Here are the rosters, the matches here up for today. We're going to start off with Stats versus sKyHigh. Nice PVT on Deadwing.
Yeah, and then following it up, Flash versus Hero, Zest versus Byung, and Life versus Byung. It's going to be an exciting one, and this one could definitely go to an ace match.
Oh, yeah. Me and you, we actually have similar predictions today.
You copied me, Valdez.
By similar, I mean exactly the same.
You copy-pasted what I had to say.
That's exactly what I did.
And it's okay because it's right. You can never go wrong when you look at my predictions, and obviously we'll get a look at them later, but I dare say it's kind of obvious when you look at these lineups who you might favor, like Stats, Hero, Byung, Life.
I think the two matchups that I feel like they could go either way. I think there's a clear favorite, but it could go either way. Is Zest versus Byung and then Life versus Byung there at the end.
Yeah, they're the dangerous ones for sure. As we have a look at today, look at the round 3 team rankings, Valdez. You go through them, man.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. It is extremely close here. SK Telecom T1 on top, Prime all the way at the bottom. We're going to have that matchup a little bit later tonight.
Wow, -14. Next place is -3.
Yeah.
This is the level
it's insanity
that Prime is sunk to, man. They are not doing well at all as a team anymore.
Yeah, and it's funny that MVP, a team, they got the win against Prime, but it went all the way to an ace match. And MVP right now currently is in 4th place. That'll say a lot about MVP as a team.
Yeah, they've MVP, they had some hiccups for sure, and it's definitely a team that you look at, and then Prime might have a good shot against them if they get the right matchups, and it happened that way. So we had a quick look at the winners rankings there. Hero is on top again, breaking that big tie.
He's now ahead of Maru, Byung, and Life. Hero, Byung, and Life will be all playing today, so those matchups could change, or rather the rating system's there. Players are natural enemies with each other.
I don't know what that means. I'm assuming they're all natural enemies, right? Because they are all pro gamers in this scene. But what was the
really
second one?
Don't get that. CJ might not be able to do something. I actually missed it. Might not be able to advance to the playoffs for the first time this season.
Right.
Thank you, Jay.
Okay, that's a dangerous one.
Yeah, I think they actually have to win today. If they don't win today, they definitely have to win the last match.
Right.
Because right now, CJ, they're 2-3 with a -1 indicator. Oh, look at this, Moonglade, you're ahead.
Back on top, baby. That's how we roll.
I'm tied with Wolf, and then we get to Yudae Hyun in 3rd place, and then the the main cast is the MC in 4th, and then Kanata all the way at the bottom with a
He's at the bottom,
58.7.
man.
He just goes for too many risky picks, to be honest.
Yeah, he does. I appreciate his his risk taking, but it's not paying off at all, man.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a gambler.
He gets it occasionally, but that's exactly the point. Only occasionally. It's not consistent. But congrats to Moonglade so far for being on top here for round 3. Stats here has an unbelievable win ratio in Pro League. He's doing great in individual leagues. He unfortunately just lost to Classic in the Star League round of 4.
Yeah.
It was 4-2.
Bit of a shame there. Luckily today, though, he's not playing a PvP. He's going to be up against sKyHigh. Pretty unusual match because we don't see sKyHigh come out that often against Protoss players. Stats also recently lost in the GSL qualifier.
Wow.
Surprisingly, losing to Pig Baby and Storm once again in PvP. So
Pig Baby and Storm.
he's
I just
having
want to
some
say
trouble,
that again.
man. He's having some real trouble in that matchup. Here is a look at sKyHigh, though. He qualified for GSL Season 3, defeating Penguin, Marine King, and Journey. So pretty easy bracket in that case. He hasn't played against the Protoss in quite some time, mind you. Last one was against Sora, losing in the Kesper Cup qualifiers.
And before that, he defeated Yonghwa and Pig Baby. Both 2-0 in that qualifier.
I guess you could say the last match he played in Pro League was against Deer, who he defeated as a Protoss player.
Yeah. But again, the point still stands. It's been a long while since we see this guy play against Protoss. He's going on a very big map, one that Stats should be very, very comfortable on. sKyHigh would have been very comfortable, I guess, against a Zerg. His mech style is very, very strong, but facing an extremely strong Protoss here in Stats, we're going to see if he can go head-to-head with him in a best-of-1 here.
It's going to be an interesting map because of that reason, yeah. No doubt looking for a Zerg or a Terran, but a Protoss, for sKyHigh, I mean, I'd be surprised if he goes mech against Protoss. I'd love to see it. Don't get me wrong, that'd be amazing, but I don't think that's happening.
KT definitely getting the better end of this one, but let's see how it goes down in game number 1. Down here in the bottom right, in the red for KT Rollster, it is Stats. Our Protoss player, currently 12-3.
And up here in the top left, we do have the Terran player, sKyHigh. Wears fake glasses.
Are those really fake glasses?
Yeah.
How do you know? Did you see the lens?
There's no
Did
lens.
you touch the Moonglade?
There's no lens, Valdez.
How can you tell?
I can tell by the light hitting the glasses. They are fake.
You must have better eyesight than I do.
Where's Wally?
That's because Stats, of course, is oftentimes compared to Waldo. You call him Wally?
Yeah, he's Wally.
No, man, he's Waldo.
No, Waldo's the bad one.
What?
There's a bad
What?
one and there's a
There's
good
not
one.
even a bad one. What
There
are you
is.
talking
He's
about?
yellow and black.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I am right.
No, but the yellow one... No, the red one is Waldo. It must be a difference between America and... you see that you put in Wares and Wally comes up first? It's Waldo.
Dude. Where's Wally?
That's Waldo, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a great use of the Observer PC.
Can we go back to... Yeah, just go back for... Yeah. Type in Where's Waldo.
All right. Focus on the game, Valdez.
All right. We've gotten it down. It's both Where's Waldo and Where's Wally, apparently.
I think I got it right.
I don't know what to tell you, Moonglade.
I know what to tell you, Valdez, mate. I don't know what you being, man. I don't know what your childhood was like, but Where's Wally was in mine.
It's kind of crazy.
Well, Wally's much more catchy than Waldo as well. Waldo is like an evil name.
I will agree with you on that one. I do like Where's Wally.
Yeah,
Maybe just because I'm attracted to exotic names and stuff. We don't have Wally, except for, like, names of dogs and stuff in America.
Really?
Like, call our dog Wally.
Yeah, we'd never call another human Wally in Australia either.
So why is that human named Wally? I don't understand.
He's not human, Valdez. He's a character in a book.
Yeah, but he's a human character.
No, he's not. You don't know what he is. All we know is that
I suppose he could be a poster.
He's a humanoid that wears weird striped clothing. It could be an alien.
Okay, man.
And that would actually make sense.
See where you're going with this one. So
Well,
you have a hidden probe in this game.
We do.
Talking about the game.
I think it's going to have to be a Stargate, right? Judging by these positions, though we actually only see, well, we only did see for quite a while, Stats was mining from 1 gas. Let's see. He's going to go for that quick nexus to start things off.
It could be like a very late scout, but sKyHigh very smartly here is going to keep his Reaper at home.
Well, he's moving that probe around, so leads me to believe that there might be something up here. He's got a plan for it, that's for sure, but he is actively moving it.
Yeah, it's going to be a very late proxy if it is. Finally, we had the pylon come down. That was what I was going to say, no pylon for a long time, but there we go. Comes down. Still has not been scouted, by the way.
Not yet.
By this Reaper. Keeping the Reaper just at home, waiting for that scout, but it's never going to come.
Yeah, just denying it instead. I like that, and it is definitely a Stargate. Okay. Makes sense judged by the position, and yeah, it is a bit later. It's definitely a greedier Stargate because you are getting that Nexus out first. Playing very defensively as well. Keeping that Mothership core tight. Stop any sort of Reaper coming up. The Reaper is going to try now. Mothership core is in place currently if it stays there.
Yeah, going to get a bunch of nice hits. Let's see if he commits to the scout.
Oh,
he
wasn't
will.
moving it. He wasn't moving the Mothership core.
Yeah.
So he missed out on 1 extra shot there. It might not have been enough to kill the Reaper there.
So this is going to give sKyHigh so much information. He's going to notice that a pylon is missing. He's not going to know exactly what's proxy, but maybe he can take a look at the gas. And oh, look at this. We're going to have 2 extra gates over at that pylon.
Okay, wow. Some real aggression coming in. I like this decision from Stats because sKyHigh does seem like the kind of Terran player that is going to be just a little bit more greedier, a little bit less on point with defending against aggression.
Yeah.
When you see him in every other matchup, he's going usually for mech, so he is the kind of very macro-oriented, late-game sort of player. Though when we have seen him play against Kratos in the past, he does love his mind drops more than anything else.
Yeah, it's very true. I think he knows something's up. He did get that full scout of Stats' base, so he's just keeping his Widow Mines at home for now. And let's see the Oracle control now out of Stats. There's 1 Widow Mine here at the front.
Gonna get a probe. The other one is kind of out of position as well, so this Oracle is gonna do some work.
I guess he didn't expect the Oracle to come in from that angle, and now look at this. Already up to 4 kills, 5 kills. Tries to burrow that Widow Mine, but 6 kills and a ton of mining loss. Even gonna pick up a Marine at the same time.
Oh yeah, ooh, gotta be careful here there.
Really nice control here at a Stats, and now a second Oracle is here. Going to be a huge threat to sKyHigh. Let's see if he can continue to dodge the Widow Mines.
Well, there is, nothing here. Not for days. He picked up the Widow Mine that was in the main base, so this is going to do a lot of damage.
So he's picking up all the mines to go for a counter drop. But the base of Stats is so far away, and he's taking so much damage at the same time. The Terran right now is on 23 SCVs.
Well, here we go. Big attack at the front. A Widow Mine's going to get a nice plant off before the attack begins. Going to have to bait that out with a Zealot.
Nicely done. There's already a bunker here, but these Stalkers can do a good job of taking away more of the economy of sKyHigh.
I don't like this at all, Val. This is a bad choice from Stats. This drop in the main base with these 4 mines is going to do a lot of work when it finally gets there as well.
But look at this. More and more warp-ins. There's barely any workers left over for sKyHigh. He's got the Photon Overcharge. This is a ton of mines, though, like you were saying.
Oh, some potentially massive hits there. But not finding them just yet. Still, there's no detection whatsoever except for these Oracles.
Wow. Hero Oracle coming back. But look at this.
Man.
Going to delay the mining here at the natural for a second.
See, if he split them up just a little bit better, 2 in the main, 2 in the natural, he would have had a lot better of a chance to do some real damage and a lot more of a chance to reset the mines as well.
I think he was just getting a little bit flustered at the moment, with the huge attack coming in onto his bunker, trying to repair there and also drop the mines. Maybe a bit of a mistake here out of sKyHigh. And the pressure continues out of Stats, continues to warp in a bunch of Stalkers. That medevac just barely skirting by.
It's pretty ambitious, actually, when you think about it. Like, to keep trying after, he's kind of shown his hand, and there's actually a lot of Widow Mines on the map. Shouldn't it be time to, transition to that robo just a little bit faster, play a bit more defensively after you've done so much SCV damage? I mean, he might actually find a way in here. At the very least, he's forcing out these extra bunkers.
Yeah. It does seem like Stats definitely wants to end this very quickly. Like you were saying, I think he could have easily just taken a bit of a greedy third base or even just get back, get that tech up. But he's continued to just put on a huge amount of pressure.
I would have loved to see him take a third base in the top right as well, you know. That's going to be the last thing sKyHigh thinks of at this point of the game against this kind of player.
Here we go, another Widowmine drop coming into the natural. Let's see how this one goes. A lot of those pros bunching up. But a nice split there at the end for Stats. Only going to lose 2 more, but 2 Widowmines coming now into the main.
Yeah, here comes a big problem. Oh, they get him out just in time. They triggered them all. So.
4 really nice splits out of Stats.
Not too bad, but where's the detection? He's got to get these observers out. Heading towards that natural with the first one. It's getting close to resetting there. He should have enough to kill it.
He should. He's going to chrono boost out a second one for the main. The 2 in the natural go down.
Yeah, the one in the main is going to reset. It's going to reset in just a second.
Oh, it's going to get off. Oh, there we go. Only 2 kills, though. Oh, look at that one. 6 more.
There we go. There's the damage he was looking for.
Yeah.
Ah, man. If it had automatically targeted that Stalker, it would have got so many more kills, I think. Maybe like 4 or 5 kills on probes. But he kind of came back into the game with those mine hits, that's for sure.
He really did. Just a ton of damage being done to both parties at this point. Stats continuing to try to just poke down at the front. He finally takes down those rocks. But I don't think he's going to commit to much more. No sign of Blink. He's just transitioning into his Colossi, getting those upgrades out now. Going to get 2 Forges out and a Twilight Council.
Just a little bit later than he should have probably gone for, because he did warp in those extra Stalkers to try and apply more damage to the front. Yeah. He had to just simply threw down the rowboat there, play defensively from there. He would be ahead and most likely wouldn't have taken that kind of mine damage. And here we go again.
Another drop coming in. Photon Overcharge comes down as well. The medevac will go down, but there's 4 Widowmines in the main.
1 still active. 2 still active. 4 go down for it. I guess at the very least it's forcing the probes off the line. They're still not mining. Stats, a bit of a mistake there. Kind of getting flustered, because he is harassing in the main base with an Oracle while this is all happening.
Yeah, the multitasking kind of going down a bit here from Stats. Finally gets those probes back on the line. There you go. Finally clean it up in the main. But yeah, I think with that attack that Stats was going for, he just kind of saw blood in the water. He wanted to try to kill sKyHigh right there. Hold that thought, another huge drop coming in. A bit of a Maru drop, just going for it.
Big one, right there, 5 hits.
Really, really nice from sKyHigh. He's going to commit 4 Widowmines there, but he's taken down so much of the economy of the Protoss.
Yeah, he's really got some momentum behind him, and we did see this quite a while ago when we did see sKyHigh play some TVP. He just loves his constant mine drops. He loves just riding that. Once he's like, you know, in the rhythm of it, he just keeps it coming non-stop. And now it looks like he's kind of posturing up for a bit of bio-aggression at the front. Gonna be a bit hard because the Colossus are already out on the map with a decent amount of Stalkers, but try and find when he can.
Should have 2 Colossi by the time this attack hits. Observer scouts everything.
Maybe we might be going for a scan on that Observer, but not finding anything yet.
Yeah. We have a third base coming down here for sKyHigh now, as well as for Stats. Stats is going to finish his one up a little bit ahead of sKyHigh, so he'll get that going. A bit farther ahead. I think sKyHigh has only got 1 engineering bay down.
Yeah, by the looks of it, only 1 so far. So he's getting that +1 attack. You know, quite delayed, actually. That's a 15-minute +1. He kind of, everything got really slowed down by all the harassing that's been happening. Still, I dare say I favor sKyHigh right now. Though his third base is a lot slower than Stats. He managed to deflect everything and create a lot of damage.
Yeah. sKyHigh also going to pick off those 3 buildings, or even 4 containing the pylon over there as well. Going to clean everything up and looking to put on a bit of pressure.
You know,
he's got a lot of medevacs out. He could go for some drops.
He could definitely go for some drops here, and dare say he might even be able to do it on top of this army. It is small enough. There is a decent amount of anti-air, but we've seen Maru do crazier things and make it work.
And Blake's not even done. This could be that timing for sKyHigh to go for those drops if he so pleases.
Yep, 3 Colossus though, and a couple of energies with a very healthy amount of force fields. Make things a little bit harder, but look at that drop.
Yep, it's going to be a gigantic drop. Heading towards the main, it looks like.
Look at this, an Observer waiting for it there, and I think Stats has kind of sensed this. He's got his Blink Stalkers waiting right
Blink
there.
just finishes, and there we go. Going to snipe out 2 of the medevacs. possibly even a third. Everything does get dropped out, but like you said, 3 Colossi are here, and this is going to get totally cleaned up.
Oh, man, he shut it down completely. What great positioning on those Stalkers. Barely anything gets away, and stats. You know, it was beautiful defense. Really great start sense to expect that as well. Yeah. Having those Stalkers in position before even in viewing of that Observer.
And even the position of the Observer, just fantastic. It's exactly where you want it there. Another 2 drops coming in. Looks like sKyHigh wants to poke from 2 angles, but Stats sees everything, so...
Well, he's going to try and stim into the third. Might get a couple of kills. He's actually going for the Nexus right now.
No, I don't think that's going to work.
No.
There's not enough bio there, not enough Marauders. There's 2 drops still hanging out on the right side of the map, not going for it just yet.
Got to really go for that Observer if he wants to try and get in there and sneak his way in. Has to be really undetected. Really nice place in that Observer there. It's kind of hard to deal with.
Stats' macro is actually kind of failing a bit. He forgot the +2 armor, and he's floating a ton of minerals and gas at the moment.
Yeah, he's surprisingly rich right now. He should be throwing out more Colossus. Getting a Warp Prism now, which is gonna kind of ease off the tension in the map there and stop that harassment as much. Yeah. If he can get it over to the Terran's main base or main side.
Recently, we've been seeing so much Dark Shrine tech for PvT. So many just Dark Templar drops, as well as Zealots in the mix. You get a ton of gateways up on 3 bases, and you can do so much harass damage to the Terran. We saw, I forget the Protoss, but someone used it really well against MMA and just totally shut him out.
Oh, right. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I forgot the player as well.
Might have been like SOS or Hero or someone.
It might have been Hero, actually. I know we have seen Hero do it recently there. He's done quite well with it. But, yeah, it's all about, you know, in the late game or the mid game to kind of try and ease the tension, ease the pressure off the Protoss by going for these Warp Prisms or DTs, just constantly on the map, forcing out scans or forcing the Terran to retreat. Yeah. Putting their economy in shambles for a time being.
It looks like the Warp Prism is on its path to finally go for some main base harass. It has 4 Zealots in it. And we see finally the Templar Archives finishes up. We have a ton of gas banked up here for Stats. We can see so many Archons, or even just High Templar saved up for Storm if he so pleases.
Yeah.
Come down here.
Deciding not to go for Storm just yet. Looks like he might want to get that big number of just upgraded gateway units with the Colossus and some Archons to help out with AoE Splash. It's a scary army. It's an army we see CJ Hero use more than anyone else. Yeah. But here we go. Finally, the Warp Prism is going to get some work done in the main base.
Missile turrets are late. The one in the mineral line is up, but it's not going to help out here.
Look at the damage being done already. 10 SCVs gone down. He's not even pulling them yet.
Yeah, this is what happens. A ton of drops coming in here actually to the natural of Stats, but a ton of cannons there and a bunch of High Templar and Zealots going to deal with this.
Yeah, not the best of drops on that many cannons, possibly Photon Overcharge and Zealots.
And there's going to be nothing here to defend this gigantic Protoss army getting to work on sKyHigh's 3rd base at the moment.
With one foul swoop, that was all it takes to destroy 2 bases of economy. You know, the main base is gone, 42 SCVs have gone, that 3rd base is in shambles, it has to be lifted, almost dead. Big fight, kind of awkward positioning on the Sim City there with that barracks in the way. Should still be enough though with this much AoE.
Yeah, there's just not enough Vikings out at the moment, not enough stuff to deal with the Colossi. And GG, Stats, like you said, just cut down the tree of sKyHigh. And he fell like a big one. KT going to take the first win here. And a really nice PvT there on Deadwing.
Yep. Wally got chopped down. And, you know, that Warp Prism did way too much damage. I never seen someone, like, fold that quickly. What? I like it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
It's him shooting Waldo.
I suppose.
Right, Valdez? I don't know, man. But either way, pretty impressive game. And bit unfortunate there for sKyHigh. He was looking fantastic. You know, that miner up to doing a lot of work. But when it got to the late game and when the pressure kind of faded away, his drops got demolished. And then finally the drop happened from Stats. It just 4 Zealots was enough to wipe out the main mineral line without him reacting appropriately.
We're seeing this. We're seeing this so often. Sorry to cut you off there. We're seeing this so often right now in PvT. Just once a Protoss gets 3 bases and about like 8, 9 gateways maybe even 10. They go for so many warpins in the main base that the Terran just can't deal with it. So many heavily upgraded +3 attack zealots that just ruin your entire main base to get right into production. You have to bring so much of your army back to deal with it. And Terrans are just falling apart like Jello, man. They're just like melting. I don't know what's happening in these games.
No, it's